lawmakers are considering a bill this week that could turn Texas into a filmmaking mecca.
Fox 26's Dominique Keith spoke with actor Dennis Quaid about his push to bring Hollywood to Houston.
Texas used to have a great incentive program that brought hundreds of great movies and shows
and thousands of jobs for hardworking folks
and hundreds of millions of dollars to the Lone Star State.
The movie stars are out here in Texas.
I'm Dennis Quaid from Houston, Texas. I'm proud to be from Texas. I love my home state of Texas.
I'm not from Texas, but I played Davy Crockett.
We love our home state of Texas.
These familiar faces have joined for what's called the Good for Texas campaign as they try to move the film industry from California to Texas. As they try to move the film industry from California to Texas, which was once attracting major films.
If the incentive comes back, I think you're going to have a lot of those people who are going to be moving back to Texas or be able to stay home with their families and their kids. And that's thousands of people, actually.
Production goes where the money flows. And so if you have a state like Georgia or Louisiana, New Mexico, and like we joke about, even Oklahoma has a stronger incentive than Texas.
House Bill 3472 is being voted on this week, which would give great incentives to those who make movies here in Texas, where actor Dennis Quaid is currently filming and spoke with me.
Stephenville,
that's a little tiny town there that's this beautiful, quaint little town. And you had millions of dollars injected into the local economy to make that series happen there. And that money stays there with the citizens of that town.
Yeah, they got $4 million in like a week and a half.
Well, that would mean many things for Houston. It would generate more jobs and more dollars for the city.
It's going to get spent in the state, and it's going to go to crew members, and it's going to go to restaurants where people eat at, and the hotels where they're put up, Uber drivers.
Hollywood, come to Houston, bring it on. We're ready.
Now, if you would like to see more stars out in Houston and other Texas cities, the group, the Movie Stars, they are encouraging you to reach out to Texas lawmakers before Wednesday's vote and let them know you support increasing incentives to bring filmmakers here to Houston and other Texas cities. Now, they point out this would increase wealth and create wealth and jobs and tourism, because who wouldn't want to visit a city where a blockbuster movie was filmed? Reporting live in downtown Houston, I'm Dominique Keith, Fox 26 News.
Then Rachel spots a face she recognizes.
Is that Gavin Newsom? That's the governor. That's the governor. Governor, I live here, governor. That was my daughter's school, governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do for you and your daughter.
Can I hear it? Can I hear your call? Because I don't believe it.
California Governor Gavin Newsom is being criticised by some for water mismanagement as hydrants ran dry while fires multiplied.
So I have to get cell service.
So let's get it. Let's get it. I want to be here when you call the president.
I appreciate it. I'm doing that right now. And it's to immediately get reimbursements, individual assistance, and to help you. I'm devastated for you. I'm so sorry, especially for your daughter. I have 4 kids losing the school.
Everyone who went to school there, they lost their homes. They lost 2 homes because they were living in one and building another. Governor, please tell me, what are you going to do with the president?
My view on this is that the world is a stage, right? Now, I've seen many videos about this situation. I know the Most High works in mysterious ways. I know that a lot of the events, man tries to give organizations and different factions credit too. My 2 cents is that you should never put your trust in man, especially the oppressors, or who the world calls the so-called white man, or biblically as the Edomites. So now we're at Psalms 146:3. Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help. So these people obviously do not care and do not put all your fruit in one basket, especially in this kingdom, as we're seeing the downfall of this kingdom, or this regime or rulership of the so-called white man, aka the Edomites.
Right now.
We're we're getting the resources to help rebuild. We're getting
Why
the
was there
resources
no water in the hydrants, Governor?
That's all literally.
Is it going to be different next time?
It has to be. Has to be. Of course.
What are you going to do?
I'm doing
To
everything
fill the
I can.
hydrants. I would fill them up personally. You know that.
I literally have.
I would fill up the hydrants myself.
I understand.
But would you do that?
I would do whatever I can.
But you're not. I see the. Do you know there's water dripping over there, Governor? There's water coming out there. You can use it.
Diminishing winds are bringing some respite for firefighters, but it's likely to be brief. As estimated losses surge, there is still zero containment of this fire. Officials say they don't know the death toll. Dogs will be brought in to search this rubble for fatalities. Jeffrey and his partner Nicole are returning to their seaside community, once a little slice of paradise.
Each one is an individual neighbor, so this was my dearest friend Gayleen, who I've known for my whole life.
I'm going to play a song for you, part of a song for you called Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin, okay? So listen to it. Now that you've heard it forwards, I'm going to play it backwards, okay? And I want you to listen to it backwards and see if it makes any sense. I don't think the words forward made a lot of sense, and I don't think, that's just me perhaps, and I don't think that Led Zeppelin was clever enough to design a song that makes sense both forward and backwards, but some people claim that it does. I don't know, how many of you have heard about these backwards effects? So, all right. So this is something that has become, for a while, was quite popular on the web, looking for messages and backwards songs and speeches by politicians, etc. So I'm going to play this for you, what you just heard backwards, and I want you to listen carefully and see if you can decipher whatever the paragraph of words that constitute the backwards song. Now, not those of you who know this, but those of you who don't know this, did you make sense of it? It sounded like gibberish? It sounded like gibberish to me when I first heard it too. And then I was shocked to find this message in it. Let me show you. I'm going to play it for you now with the words of the backward message, okay? And listen to it and read along and see if it makes sense to you this time. Okay, this is an example of, I'm going to give you some context for your brain to reconstruct the reality of the backward song. I infer that you got it this time. So that probably sounded pretty real to you. Now you've heard the same sounds twice. Once it sounded like gibberish, and once it sounded perfectly real. So which was reality? Is it the second time where there was a satanic message, or was it the first time?
I've noticed something a bit strange about these LA fires everyone's been tagging me in. The first weird thing that I noticed is that insurance companies dropped fire coverage 3 months before the fire started. And many people have reported electrical wires from the power grid causing these fires. And of course, the water supply has been cut off. And don't you think it's a bit weird in this picture that all of the trees stay standing but the houses aren't? Of course, this is for educational purposes only, and I'm not claiming anything. And then we go to Google and type in 2028 Smart LA City. What a coincidence they want to build a smart city in LA. And of course, it's a lot easier to build a whole city if there's no buildings there. Of course, this is just for educational purposes only, and I hope everyone is safe over there. Thank you.
Call me a conspiracy theorist, but there is no way that 8 different fires starting within a period of 48 hours in LA is due to climate change. You want to tell me that insurance companies canceling people's policies in these areas over the past few months, officials cutting firefighting funding, emptying water reservoirs, and being more concerned about sending aid to another country is just coincidence? Okay.
A UFO has been caught on live television flying over the Los Angeles fires. Check it out. Watch.
What the fuck is that? What the fuck?
Look at the time.
Look at it. Look how fast it's going. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Look at it.
This video was on the news live, you guys. That is probably the clearest video footage of a UFO that I have ever seen. You see the size and the speed of the airplane going by, and then that is massive. What could be a reasonable explanation for this? It's all happening right in front of our eyes. They don't even care to hide it anymore. I'm going to put the original video credits in the caption. Go check it out.
There's a lot of pointing of fingers and how did this happen? Why did this happen? What could have been done to prevent this? You got to remember, the Lord is in control of everything. There's nothing anyone could have done to prevent this. It was bound to happen. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And I feel like that's what a lot of people forget. They forget, or they don't even care. They don't even consider who's in control of all of this. Because people walk around and they live their life as though they're actually in control of everything. They believe that they're in control, and because we live in a place that is touted as the best place to be. I'm not talking about the state of California, but I'm talking about United States in general. Because we live in a place that's touted as the greatest place to be, the thought of disaster doesn't even enter the mind of people. The thought of not having any control doesn't enter the mind of people. The thought of God being in control, the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, being in control, saying that I do all of these things, saying that I create, light and darkness, saying that these things would happen, that thought escapes a lot of people. A lot of people are so prideful and so proud, especially Americans, that they couldn't even consider that this is of the Lord.
For God's sakes. Look, you'll have to stop now. You're scaring the children. They should be scared. But yes, they should. Their beautiful, pure little minds have been corrupted with lies. All this talk of a modern God or no God. There is one God, the God of the Israelites. And he is a stern and vengeful God. And we have been mocking him far too long. And now he demands retribution in blood. It is time to declare yourselves. Take sides, the saved and the damned. Read the good book. It calls for expiation. Blood. What? Blood. Little Normie was first, and now God calls the rest of us. The bill is due. It must be paid.
The 82nd Golden Globes. You were incredible in Dune. Oh, woke up for all of your scenes. What a year you've had. Glenn. Couch shots, and you'll go, oh, that was before the... Moms are holding strong with 3 shout-outs. God, creator of the universe, 0 mentions.
Mocking God and using his name as a cuss word is nothing new for Hollywood. But less than 48 hours after the Golden Globe's blasphemy, Hollywood was on fire.
Tonight, a new fire breaking out late this evening in the Hollywood Hills. Who would have ever thought this? Los Angeles is on fire.
I talked to a fireman once. He was telling me, he goes, dude, one day, he goes, it's just going to be the right wind and fire's going to start in the right place and it's going to burn through LA all the way to the ocean and there's not a thing we can do about it.
The scene horrific.
This is new aerial video of a 6th fire, the Sunset Fire, based in the Hollywood Hills.
Firefighters there doing everything they can, but there simply aren't enough of them to fight the horror that has exploded.
Right now, people are rushing to escape the Hollywood Hills.
Brand new fire exploded down the Hollywood Hills, making a beeline for the iconic heart of the entertainment industry.
It is like driving through hell itself down here. Literally through hell.
Tens of thousands of people have fled for their lives, abandoning their cars when they could go no further.
A new fire erupting in the Hollywood Hills, marching toward iconic landmarks. More than 130,000 people were under evacuation orders across Southern California.
A new fire has broken out in the Hollywood Hills in Los Angeles, threatening landmarks like the Dolby Theater, where the Oscar ceremony is to be held in just a few weeks.
Literally grabbed our phones, a computer, and our dogs, and ran out.
The wind hits the wrong way, it's just going to burn straight through LA, and there's not going to be a thing we can do about it. There's nothing they can do.
This is going to happen no matter what. It didn't matter if they had enough water or not. It didn't matter if they had enough firefighters or not. I can't even remember a time when the wind blew this hard, when the Santa Ana winds came through. I can't remember a time. So the way firefighters is putting it is like, it is something they have never seen before. And people don't consider that this is not what one person could have did or what a politician could have did or more funding to this. None of that would have stopped this. So I think that's what gets lost in the sauce, and that's what people don't focus on. And people are focusing on everything else instead of looking at the fact that the Most High let this happen. He created all of those things. If a magnitude 7.88, 9, 10 magnitude earthquake happens tomorrow, there's nothing nobody can do about it. You know what I mean? There's just these natural disasters that man cannot control. He doesn't have the resources. He doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the ability. He doesn't have the technology to stop. When they're set forth to happen, they gonna do what they gonna do. So let me know what y'all think about what I just said. Give me your thoughts and your opinions. And with that, this is Black Authentic Truth.
Said that this guy's house was touched by God.
It had to be, because it sure didn't burn. Hey. 25 years I've been here. Easy, 25. Gone. Less than 3 hours.
When you look out at your neighborhood, what happened here?
It just looked like a war zone here. This is a war zone. Looked just like a war zone.
I saw the fire at 2 o'clock. I took a picture, and at 4 o'clock my phone went off and it says evacuate, evacuate, and that's what we did. There's nothing left. I literally just have the clothes on my back. There's nothing. Things that my grandmother gave me, my granddaughter, she's always making me something, and I put it in a frame, you know. I don't have those no more.
Yvette said that this guy's house was touched by God.
It had to be, because it sure didn't burn.
But if his house is touched by God, what happened to the rest of the neighborhood?
God didn't care about us. There it shows it right now. But I'm going to let this go, and I'm going to close my gate, and I'm going to get out of here. because it's just making me sick.
So now we're going to read from Who is Esau, Edom. Right here it states, our adversary is whoever the Most High assigns to that role, 1 Kings 11:14 through 25, or who he has made with a evil, ungodly disposition. Thus, throughout the Bible, the adversaries of the Most High's people were always flesh and blood people, usually those of some other race. Yes, the evil, destructive, and hostile Edomite Jews, aka the Caucasian Jews, were made that way by the Most High. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord Yahweh, do all these things. Isaiah 45:7. Thus says the Lord Yahweh, behold, I frame evil against you and devise a device against you. Jeremiah 18:11. The Most High is a director, a creator, right? Behold, I have created the smith who blows the coals in the fire, and have created the waster to destroy. Isaiah 54:16. The Lord Yahweh has made all things for himself, yes, even the wicked for the day of evil. Proverbs 16:4. Evil, wicked persons are a part of the Most High's plan for this world, persons who would be against his order, his law, and his people. No supernatural devil exists in this plan, okay? So they made you believe, at least through Christianity and a lot of the whitewash religions of a red man, which is an analogy for them to be the devil. But in all actuality, they are the devil of the scriptures. Okay, I mean, it makes sense, right? Reading on, rather, the evil force which we now so prevently see is caused by the negative and ungodly traits of the Edomite/Caucasian Jews, degrading and debauching society and all that is good. But could we not preach the word of the Most High to the wicked Edomite, Canaanite Jews, converting them to righteousness? No, for God says they are born in that way and will not turn. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they are born, speaking lies. Psalms 58:3-4. These Edomite Canaanites are born with ungodly traits. The Most High didn't tell Joshua to convert them. He told Joshua to slay them. The Most High promises their destruction, not to their conversion. Psalms 58:10. Even if raised in a righteous environment, the Edomite or Caucasian will still be wicked. Isaiah 26:10. So right here it states, thus Esau, Edom, and his Canaanite brethren are not a extinct and no longer existing people. They are in the world today, and they are still at their ancient task of defying the Most High and attempting to corrupt and destroy God's true Israel people. They are still in the Most High script, acting out their role in the world, but their final scene draws near, and their time of destruction is at hand. Romans 9:22.